How exciting that I get to return to the role of Sonic. Because first of all, to be in a movie that comes out in movie theaters and people end up liking is just such a thrill. So the idea to do it again feels incredible. And, you know, I had so much fun doing the first one that I really, really wanted to get a chance to do another one. And if we did, just what Jeff Fowler did is he blew it out, and it's like bigger, more epic. There's more comedy, there's way more action, there's more CG characters, there's more for fans, there's more for new fans. So it's been an absolute joy. And then to work with Jeff Fowler is the best. He has a beautiful vision in his head, but at the same time, loves to play, loves to hear some improv, whatever makes the movie better. So it's been an absolute joy. Yeah, so since the film first came out, it's been amazing because, listen, I know how passionate these fans are. I'm a video game fan. I'm the audience for this movie if I wasn't in this movie. So I know how passionate we are and how specific we are and how much we care about these characters. So the idea that we were embraced, the idea that people understand that we're listening to them, which we've made very clear, that we want to do whatever it takes to make the best version of this movie, it's been surreal and gorgeous and wonderful. So I feel lovely that we've been accepted by the fans and that they keep wanting us to make these movies. And my hope is that we keep making them until we can't make anymore, until we've exhausted, you know, all the fun things that are in the video games and all the fun things that we've evolved with the heart of all these characters. Sure, so when I'm in that sound booth, I get to, so this is what happens. I get in there, I get to see versions of the film. I get to see rough cuts of the film because they've already filmed it oftentimes. In the first one, not so much. In this one, they did. And we go through the script as is, and then we go through it where I get to play. And if there's any moment we're watching in the scene that has a little place where I can put in a joke, we do it. And then what I even do is afterwards, I watch the whole rough cut of it. And if I have any ideas for things to add, we go for it. And then throughout the whole process, my role is the one they can tweak the most, because they're not putting me on camera and it doesn't cost nearly as much money as doing a reshoot. So using Sonic, you can kind of tweak a feeling in a scene, you could tweak a moment, you could add a moment. So it's been really exciting to be a part of that. And then my process in the booth is just always making sure that I'm being a heart-forward character, that you care about the things that are happening to Sonic, and also that the idea that I can add some comedy. Sonic oftentimes doesn't take things very seriously, so when he does take something seriously, you know the stakes are big, and this is a huge moment. So I like to play with the idea of, you know, bringing as much comedy as I can, and then when it's time to get serious, to get those small moments and those big moments and those dramatic moments. You know what's funny? It's a very generic thing. It's not like a huge deep cut, but the way that Sonic is carried by Tails when he flies away is something, if you grew up in the 90s like I did and played two players with a sibling or a best friend, the only way you could play Sonic 2 was one of them had to be Tails and one of them had to be Sonic, and Tails was oftentimes not the most exciting character because the story, like, you know, you're usually controlling Sonic, but the way that Tails picks up Sonic when he flies away is something very iconic in the video games. So to see it in the movie was awesome. I loved it. And then also Knuckles, I was a huge Knuckles fan too, so to see Knuckles in there really look like a movie version of himself was so cool. I would want to have Sonic's speed because then I could go anywhere I want. I could go to vacation anywhere I want. I can go to Australia for a second, come right back. I think that would be so fun because I can always become friends with Tails. I can always ask him for his gadgets. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think at the beginning, Tom was Sonic's first friend, real friend. And now they've spent time together and they feel like almost like their parents, right? They have that feeling of parents. And I think Sonic starts to rebel against what Tom is saying. So I think the evolution is kind of like what a kid goes through when, you know, you're growing up with your parents and there's a piece of you that's like, wants to rebel a little bit until, you know, you learn from your parents that you have to be able to ask for help. You have to listen, like what they're saying is valuable. Don't just push it aside and stuff like that. And so I think that's a big arc for Sonic. The idea that he thinks he can do everything by himself. He doesn't need these parental figures around. And then you slowly find out you do. The idea of people being there for you is important. The idea of teamwork is important. So I think those ideals really get shined upon really beautifully in the movie. Oh my goodness, there's a casino one that's pretty amazing. And also in Sonic Mania, there's this incredible film world or zone, whatever you want to call it, that I love so much. I just played it. I found it to be so interesting. I know I'm in film, maybe that's why, but there's a casino zone in an earlier game, but in Sonic Mania, I thought they did such a good job with this movie version of a level. I thought it was awesome. Wow, right now we've been talking a lot about Hawaii, and I've never been to Hawaii, so I think I'd take a ring to, I've talked about Hawaii so much and not being able to go that I hope someone from Hawaii is just like, get over here. But yeah, I would probably go to Hawaii because now everybody on set has been there except for me. I hope they understand that we had the opportunity to make the sequel, so we made it bigger, we put more action in it, we put more comedy in it. I also hope they see the heart that Sonic goes through. I hope they see the teamwork that it takes to achieve your goals. There are these fun little things that kids can grab onto and enjoy, and then there are these wonderful things that adults can watch as well. So I hope also ultimately they fall in love with the movie so they get themselves excited for the third one and even more stuff that we have up our sleeve. Which would I choose? Flying with Tails. Sonic Speed. Austrian Gold Milk, because I love Lee. Officer Wade, because I've done comedy with Adam Pally for a very long time. My goodness, that's really difficult. Both are terrible. I mean, that mustache is enormous. Either way, you're going to be known as that person. You're going to be known as Goggles or Mustache. So I'm going to say Goggles, because to grow the mustache is probably 3 years anyway. So I'm going to say Goggles. I can take them off whenever I want. Or I can put eyeballs, I can paint eyeballs in front of them. And I could just say, it's really windy outside. That's why I'm wearing these. As opposed to the mustache, there's no excuse.